want you to imagine this. You're sitting in a quiet cafe by the window. The sunlight gently falls across the table. In front of you is a blank notebook. You hold the pen in your hand, heart racing, because today you've decided to restart that dream you once abandoned. But then, you only write a few lines, close the notebook, and tell yourself, I'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow passes, a week passes, a month passes, and that dream just sits there, as still as that notebook. Ethan was the same. He dreamed of becoming a writer. His imagination was rich, ideas overflowing in his mind. But there was one thing he could never manage: sticking to a routine. He would write 2 pages when inspired, then stop for days. Once he promised himself to keep a journal, but quit after 3 days. Sounds familiar? Have you ever started a project with so much excitement, only to abandon it halfway through? One afternoon, frustrated with himself, Ethan walked to the riverside near his village. There he saw an old man patiently chiseling away at a giant rock, a small chisel in hand, striking over and over. Ethan stopped, curious. "How long have you been doing this?" he asked. The old man smiled and said, "1 hour every day for the past 2 years. 2 years with just a small chisel." Ethan was shocked. "Don't you get tired? Don't you ever lose hope?" The old man looked at him kindly and said, "Son, a single strike doesn't change the rock. But when you keep at it every day, every little strike matters. It's not the power of one blow that transforms the stone. It's the repetition, day after day." Those words hit Ethan like a wake-up call. He went home and decided to test the power of consistency. But this time, he didn't promise himself to finish a whole book. He made a small commitment to write just 1 page every single day. Just 1 page, no matter how busy or tired he felt. The first week was full of excitement. Ideas flowed like a river, his pen dancing across the page. But soon, as you might guess, laziness and doubt crept in. Some nights he felt exhausted. Some mornings he didn't want to touch the pen at all. Have you ever felt that way? When you know what you should do, but your whole body just wants to procrastinate? Ethan remembered the old man's words. Every strike counts. So he forced himself to sit down, even if he only wrote a few lines. And he did it every single day. Weeks turned into months, months into seasons. Those scattered pages slowly piled up into a thick stack. 100 pages, 200 pages, 300 pages. Until one day a complete manuscript lay on his desk, his very first book. But the story didn't end there. Ethan sent the manuscript to publishers and got many rejection letters. At first, it hurt. The old voices came back. Maybe you're not good enough. But this time, Ethan was different. He understood that success doesn't come from one big breakthrough, but from what you do every single day. So he kept writing. Another page, another book, another submission. After 2 years of persistence, a publisher finally said yes. His book was published. Readers began to fall in love with his stories. Ethan became living proof of this truth. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to be consistent. When I shared this story during a workshop, a friend asked me, "But how do you stay consistent when you don't see any results?" My answer was, focus on the process, not just the outcome. Ethan learned to love those quiet evenings of writing, even when no one had read his work yet. Behavioral scientists also point out that our brains respond positively to small, consistent habits. Every time you complete even a tiny action, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical that makes you want to keep going. That's why writing just one page a day is so powerful. It gives you that sense of progress and pushes you to keep showing up. I want you to ask yourself, what's the rock in my life right now? Maybe it's a project you've left unfinished, a skill you've been meaning to learn, or a dream you put off for too long. And imagine this, if you gave just 15 minutes a day, one small strike at a time, how different would your life look a year from now? Remember, success isn't built in a day. It's built every day. Just like drops of water carve valleys and repeated strikes shape the stone, your small, steady efforts will create something extraordinary. And if this story sparked even a little motivation in you, don't let it fade. Start tonight. Write a page. Learn a new word. Practice one move, or just sit down for 10 minutes to focus on that dream. Do it again tomorrow, and again. One day you'll look back and smile, I did it. If this video spoke to you, hit like to spread the message. Comment and share your own story of persistence, and subscribe so we can keep walking this journey together. Because success isn't just a single moment. It's a habit built day by day.